I'm running out of patience. Running up a check, trying to run an operation. Went broke in the check and put 100 out of savings in. I can tell now that you ain't talking about nothing. I'ma need something I can calm down from. I'm gonna pull it with the bar down one. 6 months in, I ain't down once. Trying to tell me what you know about me. You don't know nothing, keep it real with me. She said she ain't trying to deal with me. Okay, cool, you can sell that seat. I'm just hoping she don't fail. Cause when she do, I don't know what I'ma do. All that I heard that y'all was talking, it was comical. Pull up in your city for the evening, what you trying to do? Cause I'm open to it. I know that you missing, but you gon' get through it. I can help with it if you need that. Go and bring the beat back. I don't really listen to the feedback, nah. Told me that she good, she don't need Jack, nah. I'm real proud.
Today, from Ford Field in Detroit, it's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports. The Detroit Lions taking on Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. A few short moments ago, these two teams made their way out of the Ford Field tunnels, and the noise level in this place just about off the charts. They are set for football as the Lions get ready to do battle with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Along with Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play. They come in playing pretty good football. Winners of 4 of their last 6 games.
And the offense last week, they had things humming. If you're a defensive player, you may get overshadowed a little bit, but you're really buoyed by what your offense is doing.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, it's been perfection so far. They come in here unbeaten at 14-0.
And just 2 wins away from doing something only 2 teams have ever done. But the most important thing for them now is to make it to the postseason in one piece.
Here come the Buccaneers, led by their new quarterback for 2020. Of course, you know the story by now. His 21st season, first in Tampa. It's Tom Brady.
Just 2 weeks left in the regular season, so not many opportunities left. But I've got to tell you, I think he's had an MVP type of a season, and I just hope that everyone who votes doesn't go to sleep and already have their ballots cast.
I think there are a couple others in the national media who feel that way, too. You and I have been discussing this race since the calendar hit December, as have many other, but I think it's going to take 8 big quarters for him to truly have consideration. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And the hole closes quickly. He gets it across the 35 to the 36-yard line.
It's a pickup.
The numbers for Jones last week, 5 carries, 54 yards, and a touchdown.
And while they locked up the #1 seed last week, I don't expect them to change what they do in the running game. I expect them to continue to play the exact same way, but with a change up in personnel because they want to make sure that their #1 guy has fresh legs for the playoffs.
On second down, it's Jones. Still going. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. 30, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones with another touchdown, number 24 on the year. And the Bucs have taken a first quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Matt Gay on for the extra point. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. So 2 plays on that scoring drive. That's how they drew it up. And a long run into the end zone, and what a run it was.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. The Lions making their way out, led by their 32-year-old quarterback. Hard to believe he's in season number 12 now in a Detroit uniform. Quarterback Matthew Stafford.
When I think of Matthew Stafford in Detroit, I think of numbers, and I mean passing numbers. 40,000 yards passed in his career last year before a back injury landed him on the IR after just 8 games. And to show his value to the team, the Lions lost all 8 games started by either Jeff Driscoll or David Blau. They need a healthy Matthew Stafford in order to compete in the NFC North.
Danny Amendola, that was the intended target, and now it's second down.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got second and third down to fall back on.
A first carry now. This is Johnson. And nowhere for him to go again. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's it. Officially nothing on that one. No gain. So they're left with still 10 to go on third down. They're the Bucs with an extra defender in the secondary now on third down. From the gun, here's Stafford. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
They'll look to set up his blockers. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And out will come the offense as they take over.
At their own 42-yard line.
With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. And the final 2 weeks, just like a formality pretty much, they're going to be the #1 seed, but there is the matter of that perfect record, 14-0 right now. How might that change how they approach these next 2 games?
And I think what it does is it forces you to come together as a team and as an organization and say, okay, what are we really trying to accomplish here? And what's the best way to reach those goals? For some teams, the best way is to stay focused, stay locked in, go for a perfect season, and then take that open week to rest and heal up before the playoffs begin. For others, okay, we've got it locked in. Let's start to tamp it down a little bit. Get these guys rested and ready to go. All depends on your organization. I think most players would tell you, let's go for the perfect 16-0.
Yeah, I think the fan base, they would usually say that as well, wouldn't they?
They certainly would. The hard part, though, is if you get beat along the way, we should have rested the guys.
Exactly.
You know how it works.
3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. 25 yards the pickup there, and also a first down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the first quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game, you've got to get the ball out of his hands. See how far he can run without the ball. And what he meant was takeaways, knock it loose, because maybe you can't just stop him with just regular tackling.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. To throw, it's Brady. Oh, he had 6 points in his hands there. Couldn't hang on. Second down.
Incomplete.
Everything about that play tells you about today's NFL offenses and what they're asking out of running backs. You can't just be a guy who can run the football. You have to be able to catch it as well, and he didn't get that done on that play.
Now Brady on the bootleg. He's going to take a shot for the end zone. Oh, he almost had it for the pick. Great chance there for the interception in the end zone. Instead, third down. So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. Brady going to fake the give to Jones and set up to throw. And that is caught. And he has now tied the record. Touchdown.
Touchdown.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
And it's good, and they have jumped out here to a quick 14-0 first quarter lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back onto the field come the Lions for their second overall drive. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Well, someone's been up to the task so far in this game. They are already up a couple of scores, Brandon, and guess what? I think they're just going to pin their ears back now and get upfield and get after the quarterback.
Been such an impressive first half to get that lead. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Danny Amendola, the man he was trying to get it to. And it's third down.
Brings up third down.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. And that is incomplete.
2 drives won't tell the story of this game, but you absolutely have to like how this defense has played thus far. They have yet to allow this offense to get untracked in this one.
The punter Bosher on now as he gets this one away. Fielded at about the 28. Nearly a huge return, as it is. Still a very good one. 24 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. Here's the Tampa Bay offense and Ronald Jones leading him out. So officially now a 1,000-yard campaign for him, but I don't think he's going to take his foot off the gas pedal.
Yeah, it's one of those thoughts, though, that creeps into your mind because there is a little mini celebration over on the sidelines. Everybody, hey, job well done, over 1,000 already. But guaranteed, as you noted, someone's jumped in that huddle and said, a lot more to be done, guys. Let's not, would you say, take your foot off the pedal? Let's not do that right now. But there is that possibility as people can get self-satisfied. The greats do not. We'll find out what he's made of.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Lions, nothing.
8 yards to go on second down. Here's Jones. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. Now we're going to get a timeout. Appears we've got an injured Buccaneer. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. Play action. Now it's Brady. And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away and it's second down.
Desmond Trufant on the coverage.
Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again. Brady. Well, that is caught. And the record is his. It's a touchdown. Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And it is now 21-0. Scoring summary. 3-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken in the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either. I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On second down, Johnson. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
That's good.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up the first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
A gain of a yard.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
At the 37-yard line.
A shotgun snap for Stanford. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
For TJ Hawkins.
Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this first half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. That will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
Incomplete.
Well, this first half has not gone according to plan so far, offensively, or even defensively for that matter. They could use a big-time spark somewhere, but it's not going to come on this drive as they have to punt this one away.
He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. A gain of 6 there on first.
2nd and 4.
From the 26, they'll line up on 2nd and 4. They'll run it with Jones. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
He's tackled at the 29-yard line.
That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
He's got daylight. He's at the 30, the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Ronald Jones, his 25th touchdown, tying him at Smith for the 5th most in one season as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. So what was already a game to remember becomes even more so as that touchdown run, a lengthy one, takes him over 200 yards now for the game.
And I love the fact that to get over 200, it took a pretty good sprint, didn't it? I mean, a lot of times you get 1 or 2 yards and oh, he's over 200 yards. But that really put an exclamation point on the game he's having. Fantastic, a lot of fun to watch.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the rout is on here in this first half.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run?
50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33.
Intercepted by the Buccaneers.
You're trailing, you're trying to get points late in the half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Well, what a break here. Turnover late in this first half, and now they're set up in field goal range already. With
a chance to get more. So what you're telling your unit as they go out onto the field is very simply this. We've got 3 in our hip pocket. Don't jeopardize that. Let's attack and go for the big one here. Let's go get 6 and give ourselves a chance to really feel good going into the half.
They'll run on first down. Jones. Yeah, he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Tracy Walker in on the tackle.
29-yard line.
Brandon, we just saw the benefits of being able to run the ball successfully. They pick up 4 yards on that carry. So now if you're a play caller, you can do just about anything you want. But on the defensive side of the ball, you're scrambling a little bit. Now you're behind trying to figure out, do I need to blitz him? Do I need to pressure him? How do I gain an advantage on this snap?
Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. And how might this affect him for the playoffs? We'll get a report when we come back. One man in the backfield, that's Jones. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal. On play action, now Brady. Godwin's got it. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Tom Brady, his 3rd touchdown pass of this first half. And this Buccaneer offense is running away with this one.
They have really had their way so far in the first half, but they wanted to continue to build on their lead. They know that no lead is safe in this league, so they decided to try their best to get 1 more as they headed into the half, and they got it done.
Gay is on for the point after. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Back out is Matthew Stafford in the Lions offense. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. Throwing again on second down. Stafford, they'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Intended for DeAndre Swift.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Throwing again. Stafford. Open man, he's got him, the tight end, Hockenson. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. And offensively, they'll take the timeout with 6 seconds left in the second quarter. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. From the right hash, this from 53. And the 13-year man puts it through. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Lions 3.
So a big play before the end of the half to get them into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Now a crease here as he's past the 30. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll kick things off up at FedEx Field, an NFC battle between Carolina and Washington. And we see at the half, 14-10 is the score. Terry McLaurin, a touchdown catch in that first half. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. The 49ers looking to sew that one up, and they look to be in pretty good shape. Finally, let's get right to the center of the U.S. map and check in on the Chiefs at home in Kansas City. And they lead the visiting Atlanta Falcons at halftime. Patrick Mahomes looking good. 2 touchdown passes. In the game you're watching, it's who else? Tom Brady with a strong first half. His 3 touchdown passes have his guys out in front as we hand things back over to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
It'll be Lions football to start the second half, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports. Taken in the end zone, and the half will begin with a touchback. The Lions offense heading out as we give you a look at the playoff race coming into the weekend in the NFC. And with the final fortnight of games upon us, teams jockeying for position. Some of these games really starting to take enormous importance as they always do this time of year.
I like how you use fortnight.
You're impressed, aren't you?
I am impressed. That means 2 weeks if I'm not mistaken, correct?
That does.
But how about exactly what you're talking about? Going down the stretch, how much importance is placed on these games? Look, everyone talks about every game's important. When you get to this time of year, maybe that importance gets quadrupled. And that's where we are right now to see who can make their last run, their last push to get into the playoffs.
It's a loss of a yard, so it's back to 3rd and 10. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. We talk a lot about setting the tone to start the game. Well, you want to start the tone right in the third quarter as well, and nearly lost a football there in their first drive.
And sometimes we overdo it when we talk about halftime adjustments and what teams are going to do. Most of the time, it's just a matter of executing the game plan you brought in. But I'll guarantee you, they didn't draw that play up on the whiteboard at halftime. They're fortunate to retain possession.
There's Matt Bosher now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. This is taken at the 15. So a change of possession here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The attention shifting back to Chris Godwin and the rest of the Tampa offense. And these plays we show now, partner, that's why this defense is frustrated. He's been good.
He's been more than good, hasn't he?
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They were able to get the ball back here, didn't surrender any points. Now they'll look to add to that lead.
Now, how about the boost the defense gets?
And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Jamie Collins, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Chalk that up as their first sack in this game, and they tallied 4 a week ago.
And probably not as much exultation in that sack as what took us so long. Because when you get 4 the previous week, you're counting on continuing that momentum. They didn't get that done in the first half of the game. Let's see now if they start to bring even more exotic pressure towards the quarterback.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Deron Harmon right there on the coverage. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. On play action, it's Brady. Looking downfield for Godwin. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. The 4th touchdown pass of the game for Tom Brady. And this Buccaneer offense, they're running away with this one. This offense, they were dynamic in the first half. The halftime break, that didn't slow them down at all. Big strike here in the 3rd quarter.
It's almost as if they were saying, it's not just our skill in the first half is getting this done, it's confidence as well. And confidence has taken over this game in a big way. How about these strikes that we're seeing?
And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded in the end zone. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
They're on 25-yard line.
Detroit's offense ready to take over. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
25-yard line.
On 2nd and 10, Stafford. Completing it here, Marvin Jones. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. 3rd and 2, Stafford. And this is going to be incomplete.
Well, coming into this one, we expected that this offense would have trouble with this defense, and that's exactly the way that this game has gone. Pressure in his face, coverage downfield has been tight. That led to another incompletion. This defense, they're exactly who we thought they were coming into this one.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Tom Brady leads the offense out for their next possession. He's been a good game manager. They're winning here in the 3rd quarter, but really the ground game is where it's been at for them, hasn't it?
So whatever the game plan was, you just got to focus on continuing to run the football. And really, that takes the pressure off of the guy.
A big seam, and he might go all the way. 20. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown.
Touchdown.
Ronald Jones, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season, as his guys continue to pour it on. One play, 80 yards. Pretty easy drive to recap.
It certainly is, but not so easy to execute. Starting on your own 20, you want something to kickstart your drive and get it off to a nice start. They went for the whole thing and got it. That's a great way to send a message to the opposing team.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Taken in the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Detroit getting set to go now. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work.
Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And he returns it to the end zone. A fumble recovery touchdown for the Bucs. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. Fielded in the end zone. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt a return.
25-yard line.
Here's the Detroit offense now as they head back out onto the field.
You can't dwell on it because then you will repeat it, and that's what you don't want to do.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. Shaquille Barrett there pushing upfield to make the stop.
22-yard line.
1 quarter remains here in Week 16. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Now on 2nd and 13. Stafford, and his throw is incomplete. Kenny Galladay, the Pro Bowler, was his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 13.
Out of the gun, Stafford. A slant to Jones. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. They'll get 11, but still a little short. 4th down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Here's Matt Bosher now. He's been terrific so far. Yeah, he was looking for the checkup bounce, didn't get it. That scoots all the way into the end zone now for a touchback. Back now comes Tampa Bay, and this one has gone pretty well to form. They've come in, had little problem thus far, and now they'll try to polish things off in the 4th. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And I think he's going to go. They're not going to get him. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers.
Number 14.
5 touchdown passes now for Tom Brady. And the Bucs offense continuing to pour it on. the three phases of the game: defense, offense, special teams. It's been a clean sweep in this one, hasn't it?
It certainly has. They've been pretty dominant throughout this game. And privately, the head coach will add a fourth phase. That's the coaching. And he'll tell the ownership that as he tries to negotiate a new contract off of this win.
They are looking strong here in the fourth quarter. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Those are the ones the offensive coordinators dream about. One-play drives from that distance. What an effort. It results in the touchdown.
The kickoff for Tampa Bay.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
25-yard line.
And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Stafford and the Lions now have it 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. He'll set up to throw from the gun. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. And a double coverage, and it's intercepted. It's Devin White, the linebacker. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. So this defense doubling its pleasure there. Remember, they had the fumble return for a score earlier in the game, and now this time an interception return for another score. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. Takes this about 5 yards deep, and he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Detroit's offense ready to take over. And fresh off the pick six, they've got to forget about that quickly.
In this case now, the guy throwing the ball, he's got to be like what we talk about with defensive backs who get beat for a long touchdown. Short-term memory, right back out there doing the things that he does best, and knowing that taking care of the ball is paramount. Here's his opportunity.
Comes back to those defensive backs for the former DB, right?
I don't know where that comes from. It just kind of emerges out of me for some reason.
It's deep in there, right? 60 catches for him now on the year. This last one, a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now because now these plays are
Swift out of the backfield. And that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So that one a disaster, a big loss there with second down coming up. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game, and on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Open man is Galladay, complete. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They'll wind up with 17 on that one, but they're still a bit short here for fourth. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first. Stafford for the third time is intercepted. Pick after the interception there. And, gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It's certainly throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own. Down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. So after the INT, it's Brady. This one complete to Scott Miller. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
Buccaneers.
Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. Brady going to throw here. And he'll let one go deep for Howard. And incomplete on the deep ball. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
And he'll let one go deep for Howard. This is caught inside the 15. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Here's Gay now to add the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Bradley Pinion to kick off for Tampa Bay.
And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They have a little bit of time left here, but this one not going to go their way.
And this is where, in this situation for me, you just go ahead and run out the clock, shake hands, congratulations, and move on. Because now, you're not going to make up for what's happened during the game in this last sequence.
We'll see what they do here in this last sequence.
4-yard line. Today's
a big offensive explosion helped leading them to victory. And the defensive guys, they're just saying, hey, put those points up every week. We'll just keep winning.
They will gratefully accept them, won't they? It makes their job that much easier when they're scoring that many points. Allows them to play with a totally different style and a different flow.
So for the Buccaneers,